Hey guys, welcome back to Baddie and a Book. My name is Gabby and today we have a book haul, but this time we have a book haul all from books that I have collected over the last couple of months from the Dollar Tree. Now, this book haul is all dedicated to all the books that I've collected, or most of the books that I've collected over the last couple of months from the Dollar Tree. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video is to show the diversity of the books that you can still get for only $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. So if you're looking to grow your book collection, but you don't want to spend $20 on a book or $10 on a book, you can go to your local dollar store. You can also thrift as well, but the dollar store also is a good place to start as well, because although they may not have like the most recent drops, or they may not have the most popular books, or they may not have even the most popular authors, they still have a wide variety of different books to choose from. You just have to go check them out, go to different locations. If you're stopping by and you see a Dollar Tree in the area, go check it just to see what kind of books that they have, because I've had quite a bit of success with picking up some very interesting books from the Dollar Tree. Now again, they're not the most popular books, they're not the most talked about books, but I actually have found some that were either previously popular or not popular anymore, or overstock from other stores that have been thrown into a Dollar Tree. So I wanted to share those with you guys today. Normally, I don't go heavy into synopsises in book hauls, specifically because I don't want to spoil anybody and I don't want to give away too many details. But in this particular haul, if I remember and if I can, I will try to give as many details as possible about the books, just to give you an idea of all the different books, the different tropes, the different varieties of books that are sold at the Dollar Tree, to hopefully make you want to purchase from the Dollar Tree as well, because again, not everybody wants to spend $20 on a single book, and why spend $20 on one when you can buy a multitude of books, you know, from the dollar store. Now, the next component, or the next version, or the next part of this video will eventually be me reading the books to confirm whether or not they are actually good, because all of these books I have not actually personally read just yet, as I am getting to my TBR in other areas. But needless to say, I am really excited to read these books and will be more than happy to provide feedback and reviews on all of the books here eventually once I do end up reading them. So jumping right into it, the first book that I picked up is called What We Left Behind by Robin Talley. Now, I really was intrigued by this book, one, because of the long distance relationship kind of aspect of this story, along with the transgender representation in this book as well. So first and foremost, it follows a couple by the name of Tony and Gretchen, who have a really strong relationship in high school and leaving high school. They decide to go ahead and stay together while they both head off to college, but they are doing long distance at this point since they are going to separate colleges. And what it does is it follows their story on the struggles of a long distance relationship, and also one of the characters, Tony identifies as queer gender. So Tony, when they go off to college, they end up meeting a group of people that are also transgender as well. And so it kind of follows Tony on their journey to self-discovery in that aspect. And also the two of them, the long distance seems to be something that's a wedge in their relationship and have them growing apart. But it kind of follows them on that journey on whether or not they should stay together or if they should separate. So that's the first book. The second book is called Go Ask Fanny by Elizabeth Hyde. Now, this book is a family dynamic, so it's a story about a family, and it takes place in New Hampshire. Now, this story follows the family. They're kind of chaotic, dysfunctional, disheveled a bit. They meet for the first time after being away for a very long time, and it's immediately chaos. And one of the children, they're adults of course, but one of the kids of the family ends up bringing a family cookbook along with them to this family gathering, and in this family cookbook lies the secrets and the clues as to why the mother had abandoned this family, which is contributing to the chaoticness and the disheveledness of this family. So I thought that was very interesting. This was merely a cover by, and on the front it says 3 adult siblings, 3 days with their father, what could possibly go wrong? So definitely love a good family dysfunction story. So this next one is pretty interesting. This one is called Save Me by Kristen Cusack Lewis. Now, this one follows a woman by the name of Daphne. She has the perfect life. She's got a good job as a doctor. She's got a good husband, living life, right? Then her husband comes to her and says that he has met someone else, right? Works up the courage. She's like, all right, cool. I'm going to move forward, whatever. He's cheating. Obviously, she's going to move forward, right? But then he gets in an accident that requires for him to be taken care of. So it follows her on her journey to take care of the husband that literally betrayed her and decided to move forward with someone else. And it also follows her on the journey of forgiveness, if it's a possibility for her to forgive. I find that so fucking crazy, and I can't actually wait to pick this one up for that specifically. I forgot. I bought this one a little while ago, a few months ago actually, so I forgot what the premise of this book is, but that sounds extremely interesting. Like how do you move forward with someone who cheats on you and is ready to replace you like that with somebody else, but then you have to find a way to forgive them because of their health? I don't know. Then we have Ruin's Wake by Patrick Edwards. Now this one is a sci-fi novel. I don't know a whole lot about it because this is one of the few books that didn't really have a whole lot on the back of the book to describe the synopsis, which in most cases I do prefer. It's also a Dollar Tree book, so I wasn't really concerned on whether or not I would actually really like it or not. But it follows three characters: a soldier, a woman that's in an relationship with a government official, and also a scientist. That's pretty much all that I really know about it. Let's see. It seems to be a single POV. I'm not showing any multiple POVs here, but I do know that this is a sci-fi. It's a little bit of a thickie. This one is about almost 400 pages, or a little bit over 400 pages. Then we have Bombshell by Rowan Manis. Now this book, it follows a woman by the name, or a teenage girl by the name of Joss, and she essentially is living a double life, catfishing people online and living a completely boring life in real life. It takes place in Arizona, and essentially she kind of creates pretty much whoever she wants to be online, and so she does that for a while until someone anonymously is sending her messages saying that they're going to reveal who she is to everybody. So giving a little bit of catfish vibes. I like the cover of this one. I like, now that I know what the back of the book is about, because again, this was a cover buy. When I go to the Dollar Tree, I don't ever actually, most of the time, I don't look at the synopsis of the book unless I'm really not trying to leave the store with a bunch of random ass books. But now I understand why there's a bunch of different panels here of different women, because she creates herself to be many different women online. So that one is pretty self-explanatory. It's a YA, most definitely, so I'm excited to see what this one is about. Then we have How to Be Famous by Caitlin Moran. Now this one follows a woman by the name of Johanna, a young woman I should say. She's 19 years old. It takes place in Britain, and she writes for a magazine in Britain. And so essentially, the synopsis is kind of confusing on this one. It doesn't really blatantly say what exactly this book is about. But from what I can tell and what I can gather, it's essentially her rise to her rise to fame. So it's essentially her rise to fame. There's a little bit of unrequited love here, so there's going to be some type of one-sided potential love interest here as well. Other than that, I don't really know what else this book is about, but the cover was pretty cool and it was $1.25. The next book that I picked up is called An Italian Affair by Laura Fraser. Now this one follows a woman by the name of Laura. Is this a memoir? So I think this is her own story. So this is called An Italian Affair by Laura Fraser. Now this one follows her husband leaves her for his high school sweetheart. So then she ends up booking a trip to Italy where she finds new love there, self-discovery, amongst many other things. She goes to Italy thinking that she is going to just have like this little affair going on and it's going to be done, but apparently it ends up turning into something more than that. The next book is called Scared Little Rabbits by A.V. Geiger. Now this one follows a girl by the name of Nora. I believe this one is either going to be a middle grade or a YA novel, but it takes place in the summertime at a summer camp, and one of the students there goes missing. The missing child mystery kind of links back to her. She needs to uncover the truth and do it in a quickly manner so that she can either clear her name, otherwise it could either be pinned on her or she could be next. Of the Dollar Tree hauls that I've seen on BookTube, I actually have seen this one before, so that was also part of the reason that I picked it up, along with the cover being so cute as well. So the next book that I picked up is called This Song Is Not For You by Laura Nowlin. Now this book actually, it follows two characters, Sam and Ramona. Does it follow Tom too? Oh, so this is actually, we get all three characters POV. So we get Sam, Ramona, and Tom. Now they all make music, so that's how they all vibe with each other, right? But it's giving reverse harem. So apparently Ramona is in this love triangle between Sam and Tom because she connects so well with both of them, and she essentially has to pick two of them. So this is also written by Laura Nowlin, and she also wrote If He Had Been With Me, which is another book that I hauled previously. So I was surprised to see this one in the Dollar Tree. The cover, I prefer not to see the people on the cover. Like, they should have just cartoonized it like they do normally. But other than that, this is a very interesting read. It's only about 200 pages, so this one is a relatively short one, and I believe this one is also a YA novel as well. Most of the books from the Dollar Tree end up being YA. There are some adult books, adult fiction books, and like politician books and Bibles and stuff like that, but for the most part, it is pretty much all YA books. The next book is called Let's Get Lost by Adi Al-Said. Now, this one is another one that I don't really know a whole lot about. There's not really too much information given away in the synopsis, which is something that I actually do prefer. So for this one, it follows a girl by the name of Layla, and she somehow connects with four other characters: Hudson, Bree, Elliot, and Sonia. And the only thing that I really know about this one is that she is on this 4,000-mile journey. That is pretty much all that I know about this one. The cover is really cute. I've actually seen this book in I believe it was Walmart, and then it was also as well in Barnes and Noble. Oh, okay, so it looks like here, so with this particular book, it looks like we get all the points of views from Hudson, Bree, Elliot, and Sonia. Just glancing into the book, it looks like we get a section for each of the characters. So this would be Hudson's section, and then there's another section for Bree. There's another section for Elliot. There's another section for Sonia. And then it looks like it ends with Layla, which is so fucking interesting. So I'm excited to pick this one up eventually. And again, something that I bought from the Dollar Tree. Now, the rest of the books that I picked up from the Dollar Tree are all hardback books, which, again, if you know, hardback books are easily $20 and up. YAs usually range around $15 to $25, and then adult books ranging from $25 to $40, depending on the author, depending on the book, and all of that. The first hardback that I picked up from the Dollar Tree is called This Is Not a Love Scene by S.C. McGale, and this one follows a girl by the name of Maeve, and she seems to be, I think she's in a wheelchair, and she's really into filming. So she's a filming director, and she's in some type of filming class, and she is directing a senior film for her senior film project. And the main character, the main cast member, the bigger cast member, is someone that she ends up falling for. And so we are following her on her journey to kind of participate in love with the odds against her, essentially. And I actually have seen this in, I think it was Barnes and Noble, I'm pretty sure, for the full price. This is originally $18.99 by itself, and I paid $1.25 for it. The next book that I picked up is called Until Tomorrow, Mr. Marsworth by Sheila O'Connor. Now, first and foremost, this book seems so damn cute. So it follows an 11-year-old girl who just lost her parents, so she ends up relocating to Minnesota to live with her grandparents. And so she ends up finding herself at the front door of a Mr. Marsworth, which is this old, cranky, old cranky man, grumpy old man who avoids everybody in town. Like, everybody knows he is the guy that you want to avoid because he's going to avoid you. He doesn't like people. So she is 11-year-old her is determined to break open his shell and kind of get through to him and communicate with him. And the way that she decides to communicate with him is by leaving letters, and to her surprise he does respond to her. So the cutest thing about this book is the fact that not only is it's like a grumpy sunshine, but like not in a romantic way, if that makes sense. And the cool thing about it, the entirety of this book is all letters back and forth. There's not a single portion of this book that is just them talking to each other or anything like that. No normal dialogue. The entire book is literally just their letters back and forth, which I thought was so damn cute. So I'm really excited to pick this one up. This one is like a cozy fall or a cozy spring type of book, I would think. So if I don't pick it up this go around, I'll probably pick it up in the springtime. The next book that I picked up, now this one is a little bit darker than the rest of them. This one is called Finding You by Lydia Albano. Now this one follows a girl by the name of Isla, and she has been kidnapped and she is essentially held in this dungeon with a lot of other girls as well. And as time goes on, she thinks that help is coming, but she actually realizes that the more that time goes on, the more that these girls start disappearing one by one. So then she realizes that the only way that they're going to survive and get out is if they get out themselves. So I was surprised to see this one in the Dollar Tree because, like I said, this one is a little bit of a darker one, but the cover is beautiful. And the only thing also too that's keeping her, I guess, motivated and alive and motivated to get out is the memory of the boy that she loves. So maybe there'll be some romance in here either in the beginning or at the end, but I am really excited about this one. So the next book that I picked up is called Tin Man by Sarah Winman. Now, first and foremost, I was so surprised to see this one in my local Dollar Tree. The book itself is absolutely beautiful. This book you can still buy at Barnes & Noble. Like, I've seen it at Barnes & Noble. I've seen it being sold on Amazon for full price as well. The other thing that I really like about this book as well is not only the dust jacket, but the book itself is really pretty. It's got this gold foiled flower on the front, which I thought was really cute. So this one follows the characters by the name of Ellis and Michael and their friendship at a young age. It seems to be that both of them kind of bond over being friends, dealing with abusive parents from what it sounds like just based on the synopsis. And years later, when they become an adult, Ellis is married and Michael is nowhere to be found. So we're following them on their journey. It's a really short book and I'm really excited to pick this one up. This one seems like a really cozy read, and again, the cover on this one is absolutely beautiful. The next one that I picked up is called Now You See Him by Eli Gottlieb. Now this one, first and foremost, the dust jacket. I've never actually seen a dust jacket look quite like this one. So we have this like almost transparent dust jacket, and then the actual hardcover itself, or the naked hardback, is a design which I've never actually seen that before, so I thought that that was very interesting. Now this one, I don't remember a whole lot about this one, but I know that there is some mystery involved in here, family secrets. I know that there's romance involved in this one. There is also friendship as well, friendship and envy, so I thought that this one would be a good pickup. The next book that I picked up is called Every Single Second by Trisha Springstub. Now this one, I believe this one is either a middle grade or a YA. I'm pretty sure it's a middle grade book, but essentially it follows a young girl and something happens with her older brother that kind of sends her family in the public eye in a very negative place, and also kind of shakes things up a little bit from what I gather from it. The cover was what sold me on this one, so I went ahead and picked this one up. And again, it is just it's just such a cute little book. The next book that I picked up is called A Land of Permanent Goodbyes by Atia Abawi. Now this one was different for me because this one actually takes place in Syria and Turkey. That's pretty much all that I know about it, but it just goes to show the different varieties and the randomness of the books that are picked up by Dollar Tree and sold in their stores. I have every type of book here, including ones that take place setting-wise in other countries. So I thought I would go ahead and pick this one up. This one is another hardback book. And I believe that this one is also a YA novel as well. The next book that I picked up, again, another random one, and just showing the diversity of the different books that they offer at the Dollar Tree. The next book that I picked up is called Dreaming Darkly by Caitlin Kittredge. Now, this one follows a young girl by the name of Ivy, and her mother has just passed. It doesn't seem like they had a really good relationship, but she, since her mother has passed, has been forced to go move in with her rich uncle that she didn't even know that she had. And while she is living here at this house, she unravels or discovers secrets of her mother, her family history, her mom's history, and kind of, I think, would make her understand why her mom was the way that she was. And then she even starts to experience some of the things that her mom may have experienced as well. So I thought that that would be a very interesting read. It's a very Gothic-y novel. I don't have very many Gothic-y novels. I actually think this might be my first one. But yeah, Dollar Tree, they be having everything. Next book that I picked up is called My Ideal Boyfriend is a Croissant by Laura Dockrell. Now, I don't know what this book is about by any means. I have no idea. But this literally is an entire book about a girl who loves food. That's it. I think when I first picked this up, I thought that this was going to be a romance book, but it is literally simply about a girl who loves food. So I could get down with that. I can relate, so I could get down with that. So the next book is called Hieroglyphics by Jill McCorkle. Now this one follows a couple by the name of Lil and Frank, and they have a really good relationship. They bonded over the fact that they both lost a parent when they were children, and so that is something that over time it strengthened their relationship. They were able to bond over that. They created children. They ended up relocating from Boston to North Carolina, where they ended up having their own children, and Lil was in a phase in her life where she really wanted her children, or to leave her children with some history, and with, of course, both of their parents being, you know, being passed and passing also so early in their lives, they always had that missing pieces. So they both of them had those missing pieces. So she is sifting through old boxes, old belongings, old letters, and things of that nature, and she is unraveling history from her and her husband Frank that she is unsure that her children would even really want to know about, or that her husband Frank would want their children knowing about. The other thing too is that the synopsis introduces another character by the name of Shelley, who is a neighbor in North Carolina to them that Frank is involved with. It doesn't mention that he's involved with her romantically, so I don't know if that is the case or if there's just a really strong friendship there. But Shelley is a single mother who is trying to raise her child in some normalcy, and Frank interacting with Shelley is bringing to the surface some trauma and some previous things in her past that she has tried to move on from. From looking into the book, it looks like we do get all of the POVs from Lil, from Frank, and also from Shelley. And then I'm also seeing a name in here called Harvey. So I'm assuming that there is a fourth character in here some way, somehow. But I just don't see a Harvey mentioned here in the synopsis. So I guess I'll just have to read and find out who the hell Harvey is, because there's a fourth POV here in the book and the person's name is Harvey. Okay, so this is going to be like my third time trying to explain this book. I have a feeling that this is going to be one of those books that it's going to have to be read in order to be understood fully, because I don't know why, but the synopsis isn't synopsising. Like, it's just not fully clicking. Like, it's not clicking. So this one is called Her Daughter's Mother by Daniela Petrova. Now this one follows two characters, one by the name of Lana, one by the name of Katya. And from what I gather after reading this damn synopsis like 5 times, is that Lana is stalking Katya, and Katya is her egg donor, her anonymous egg donor. So Katya doesn't know that Lana is involved in the egg donating process or anything like that, right? So she's stalking her, and out of stalking her, she ends up becoming friends with Katya. Then all of a sudden, Katya goes missing, like she completely disappears. So throughout the process of her disappearing, Lana is kind of digging into Katya's life, her history, and all of that. She ends up finding out things about Katya, and a lot of other different things as well. This is supposed to be like a psychological thriller, and I'm already psychologically thrilled because I'm so fucking confused just reading the synopsis. But apparently in the synopsis it says that if you've read The Wife Between Us, you would like this one. So again, $1.25, and I'm already intrigued. This is probably going to be one that I pick up here soon, because me rereading the synopsis, I forgot how intriguing this was, and now I'm just like, yeah, I need to pick this one up. So the next book that I picked up is, I believe it's another thriller, and this one is called It Might Have Been What He Said by Eden Collinsworth. This one follows Isabel and James. Now, from the start, people are telling them they're not good for each other. James is like this player type from what it sounds like, and all of Isabel's friends are like, no, he's not the one, blah, 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 blah. They still get together despite what everyone else is saying, and they end up falling head over heels. They end up, I guess James ends up changing his ways and becomes a husband, and then Isabel ends up also falling in love with him as well. They end up having a child together, and then something causes Isabel to act out, and when she is asked what is causing her to act out, she literally says, it might have been what he said. So I'm really intrigued about this one as well. This one was another like easy pickup. I feel like thrillers at the dollar store are easy pickups because they are thrillers. You know what I'm saying? Next book that I picked up is called Refuge by Dina Nayari. Now this one actually follows a girl. It doesn't say what her name is. Oh, Nilu. So this one follows a girl by the name of Nilu. She escapes to America at a young age, and it follows her and her father's relationship over 2 decades, where she ends up fleeing to America, but her father ends up staying behind. And during these 20 years, they only meet on 4 different occurrences, and they end up falling apart, or they end up kind of growing apart a little bit, until she starts receiving these emails from her father's home address that are extremely concerning. That's pretty much all that I know about this one. The different setting in this book is what made me want to pick this one up. So the next book that I picked up is called The Liar's Child by Carla Buckley. Now, this book is very interesting. So this one actually takes place in North Carolina, and it takes place at an apartment complex. This particular apartment complex, in this particular apartment, there has never been anybody that's lived there long enough to really call it home. People come in and out, they come and go, which in this case, for Sarah, the main character, this is a perfect situation for her. She is trying to escape a previous life, completely restart in life, not have anybody know her identity. The neighbors there aren't very neighborly, so that works out perfectly for her because she wants to completely detach from everybody, until she meets the 2 young children in her neighborhood, or in her apartment building, by the name of Cassie and Boone. Cassie is 12 years old and Boone is 5 years old. It low-key sounds like she wants to kidnap them and keep them for herself. Now, mind you, in the synopsis it does say that these 2 children are going through something very traumatic, and it is ripping them apart, but like, she wants to kidnap them and keep them for herself. I'm not too sure, but this one is another thriller-y mystery type of vibe, and so the cover in itself is what just made me decide to go ahead and pick it up. And then reading the synopsis, I was sold, so I just went ahead and picked it up. Okay, so I want to go through the rest of these kind of quickly because my battery is about to die. So a few cover buys that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. First and foremost, I have Your One and Only by Adrian Finley. The cover on this one is absolutely beautiful. I love the encapsulated heart in this one, and it also looks like there's some DNA in the heart as well. The next one is called The Line That Held Us by David Joy. Now this one, I think this one is surrounding hunting, if I remember correctly. And again, this story, or this cover, is absolutely beautiful. And then the next 2 cover buys that I have are Delayed Rays of a Star by Amanda Liko and Polite Society by Mahesh Rao. This cover is absolutely beautiful, and all 4 of these books are giving completely different vibes, which from the dollar store we can appreciate. The next book that I picked up, now this one is really interesting. This one is called Killer Choice by Tom Hunt. Now, this one follows a character. His wife is sick and he needs $200,000 in order to be able to save her. Now, he does meet somebody that is offering to give him the $200,000. The only catch is he has to murder someone in order to get it. So I thought that that was a very interesting premise. And again, I love the blue cover, another cover by. This one was another cover by. Now this one is called The Eighth Girl by Maxine Mei Fung Chung. I have no idea what this one is about, but it's giving mystery vibes, it's giving thriller vibes, and it was another easy pickup from the Dollar Tree. Last one that I ended up picking up from the Dollar Tree is called The Break Line by James Brabazon. Now this one is a story following Max, who is an assassin. Now he is one of the best, but he did make a miscalculated decision, or a miscalculated kill, I'm assuming, and now he has to pay the price for it. So that one is the last book in this haul. Those are all of the books that I have picked up over at the Dollar Tree, at my local Dollar Trees over the last couple of months. Like I said, the Dollar Tree is a really good tool to use to buy lots of books for a really cheap price. Again, you're not going to find a Colleen Hoover or Taylor Jenkins Reid book in a Dollar Tree, at least anytime soon, you know, at those Dollar Trees, but you can at least find some really good quality books, at least from what the synopsis say so far, to be able to read, get an idea of what your genres are that you like, and go from there, because as you can see, they have loads of different types of genres, different types of tropes. We got romance, thriller, crime, and all of that. So yeah, those are all the books that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. If you like the video, please like, comment down below, and subscribe as well. If you've ever read any of these books, or if you have any experiences with the Dollar Tree, definitely leave a comment down below. I definitely would love to know what you guys think about it, or what you guys have experienced. But yeah, those are all of the books. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.